إزي إيري ميدا واش جروبيو مولو اسمكمن أرئستي نايت ملأختكمن دحر مقلات نتقة محلال الفوزر لكم حساب دحر زحاتير ناي مأتوي حابريتا بنتصور نقط ملقو بخبرون حتت ملأختكم لما حتم زبقع كوينو مزركب عبزحات أرقوان كانت آلحو مخانا دما نرقاق تسالكم يغني لنا.
Hi everyone, I'm Noor Ahmed and I'll be talking about something I'm sure a lot of Eritreans can relate to. The feeling of being disconnected from where we come from and the journey to finding our way back. I was born and raised in Saudi Arabia, a place that was home, familiar and comfortable. And like many others growing up in the Gulf, I never really questioned where I was from. Being Eritrean was simply a fact, a label I carried, but it wasn't something I deeply connected to. Growing up in Saudi Arabia, I was surrounded by Eritrean traditions at home, yet I didn't feel a deep connection to them. It's like growing up between two different worlds, learning our parents' traditions at home while living in a completely different cultural reality outside. And I know that so many of us who were born and raised in Saudi Arabia share a similar experience. The lines of identity can feel blurry. On one hand, we're deeply connected to the places where we grew up, and on the other, we're still trying to hold into our original identity. I didn't really think much about this connection until I was faced with the challenge of being in a completely different place, far from the comfort of the Gulf. Suddenly, I was in a space where my identity became a topic of conversation. People would ask me, where are you from? What's Eritrea like? What's your culture like? And that's when I started to connect with my roots through asking questions about our history, our traditions, and the challenges Eritreans have faced. While having conversations with my parents, hearing stories from family, and reading about Eritrea, I learned that Eritrea's story isn't just in history books or landmarks, it's in its people, their resilience, and the culture they carry with them wherever they go. It is shared in the memories of our parents, the traditions passed down through generations, and the pride we carry in our identity. The more I learned, the more I realized how much this country has to offer. Eritrea is full of treasures that the world doesn't know about. For example, Eritrea is home to Al-Sahaba Mosque, one of the first mosques in Islamic history. And it's not just a historical site, it's a symbol of our country's significance and its rich heritage. But the sad truth is that so much of Eritrea's value goes unnoticed, even by us as Eritreans sometimes. And mind you, this is just one example. Our land is rich with stories waiting to be told, and yet so much of that remains hidden or undervalued. And if we don't tell our stories, who will? This isn't just about the past. While it's important, the present and the future are just as significant, if not more. Eritrea holds immense potential, and we must start by recognizing and understanding our present reality. It's only through acknowledging where we are now that we can truly pave the way for a brighter future. We need to embrace the opportunities around us and take ownership of our role in shaping what's to come. I believe that by focusing on the present, we can unlock Eritrea's true potential and ensure a better future for this generation as well as for the generations to come. Let's not let the past be the only thing that defines us. But here's the thing, though, potential isn't enough. Potential means nothing if we don't act on it. We have the resources, the history, the culture, but we have to make something of it. And it's not just about the land, it's also about the people. Too often, our differences get in the way, and instead of working collectively towards shared goals, energy is wasted on arguments. Conversations turn into debates turn into divisions, and no one truly listens. And when no one listens, we lose the ability to find a common ground. And at the end of the day, we have to remember this isn't just about me or you or any one group. This is about all of us. Eritrea's future isn't going to come from one person or one idea. It's going to take everyone listening, collaborating, and being willing to compromise when we need to. That's how we move forward. And despite our differences, whether it's in perspectives or other areas, we share a common goal, which is to see Eritrea moving forward. And this isn't just about our country, it's about us too. Building Eritrea means building a future for ourselves and for the generations that come after us. It means creating opportunities and showing the world what Eritrea is truly capable of. And it begins with us building unity among ourselves. I've realized that being part of the diaspora isn't just about where you live, it's about what you choose to carry with you. For me, it's about embracing my Eritrean identity and sharing it with others, especially those who might feel disconnected from their roots, just like I once did. And to everyone in the diaspora, remember that your identity isn't defined by how much you know or how often you visit. It's defined by your willingness to explore, to learn, and to connect in your own way. Let's support the potential within Eritrea and its people, both within the country and outside. Our collective efforts can bring about real change, and together I believe that we have the power to shape a future for Eritrea and that reflects our true potential. And by sharing my story, I hope to inspire others to reconnect with their roots and celebrate what it means to be Eritrean.
እዚ ኤሪ ሜዳ ዋች ግሩፕ እዩ ሙሉእ ስምኩምን ኣርእስቲ ናይቲ መልእኽትኹምን ድሕሪ ምግላጽ ነቲ ከተመሓላልፍዎ ዝደለኹም ሓሳብ ድሕሪ ዝሓጺር ናይ ምእተወይ ሓበሬታ ብንጹር ንኽትመልእዎ ብኽብሪ ንሓትት መልእኽትኹም ንማሕተም ዝበቅዕ ኮይኑ ምስ ዝርከብ ኣብ ዝሓጸረ እዋን ከነቃልሖ ምዃንና ድማ ነረጋግጸልኩም ይቐኒየልና